Step 1, be perseverant and organized. Step 2, create daily habits. Step 3, achieve your goals in life. Some months had passed since I officially became a junior high school student. I'm not going to lie, I consider myself a good student. I have always tried to get as involved as I can in most of my school activities. I work hard on my projects since I like them to stand out from the rest. I have some extracurricular classes which I'm really passionate about. And I like helping others when given the chance to. I think most people, like my classmates or even my teachers, may consider me a little bit ambitious, while others may just think I'm crazy for getting myself involved in many things. But the point here is that I was always feeling overwhelmed about all the schoolwork I had, unsure if I was going to be able to do it on time. I didn't realize how much time I was actually spending on my schoolwork. And honestly, I think I didn't realize it till now because I was so familiar with that feeling that I consider it normal. There were times I wasn't even able to enjoy the time I was spending with my family because I was too worried thinking about the math test I wasn't able to finish, or what grade I will get, or at what time I was going to be able to get back home since I had to deliver an English essay before midnight and all I had was a Word document with my name on it. I spent a while feeling like some kind of robot whose life was so monotonous. I felt like I was getting dragged because I was dealing with one of the worst combinations you could imagine. I was a student with lots of homework, projects, extra classes, you name it. But at the same time, I had really bad, almost non-existent studying and organization habits. And I'm not only a student, I'm also human, a teenage girl who loves going out with her friends, spending time with her family, practicing some of her hobbies, and of course, navigating through social media. I was having a hard time managing doing all the things I truly love with all my other responsibilities. I had no clue how to manage my time, and I was getting really frustrated because it didn't matter how early I started something, I will be always finishing it till the sun was gone and I could see the moon shining through my window. I could start something early in the afternoon, but then I will get distracted with my phone, chat with my friends, spend hours on TikTok, Instagram, or Netflix. And then I will realize that I had to go back to studying since I will be having a test in just a few hours. Furthermore, I had a really messed up sleeping schedule. I was going to sleep at 2 a.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. Of course, I was going to feel tired. I spent a while feeling like this until one day, one of my English teachers gave us an assignment where we had to watch an hour-long video, answer some questions, and then make an essay. I wasn't exactly fascinated with the idea of doing this assignment, nor was I jumping out in joy, you know? So I decided I was going to see what exactly it was about later that afternoon. Then the moment came. I logged into Google Classroom as always and clicked the link to the video. I'm not even kidding when I say that was the moment I realized what I was doing wrong and what I could do to improve. I was feeling the way Cinderella felt when Prince Charming was at her home and she tried the crystal slipper on and it fitted perfectly. The video was titled, "Study Less, Study Smart." It was made by a psychologist professor named Marty Lupdell, who had been teaching for over 40 years at Pierce College in Washington. He started to explain how would you plan your day right, you can have 30-minute long study sessions with 5-minute long breaks between each of them. And then, with time and practice, those study sessions can go up to 40, 50, an hour long, or even more. Isn't that amazing? Well, this method is originally called the Pomodoro technique, which is a time management method developed by Francesco Cirillo in the late 1980s. Something that really stood out in that video for me was a particular moment where it was mentioned that with this technique, you're training yourself, but only if you do it right, it gets progressively easier. In that instant, I understood. It finally hit me. I had all the theory I needed to get rid of my problems and achieve all the goals I had set. But I was missing an essential part, which was the practice. This reminded me of how our physics teacher always tells us how it will not matter if we have written down all the formulas in a piece of paper for the exam, if we don't know which one we need to use for every single problem. Finally, I understood that what I needed was a single word formed by 12 letters, which was perseverance. Because what actually mattered was that I was persistent enough to create this method part of my daily life. It's never too late to change your habits. According to Dr. Noro Bolko, the first step you need to take is to be more aware of them in order to develop some strategies to change them. And according to a 2009 study published in the European Journal of Social Psychology, it takes on average 66 days for a new method to become automatic. This means that if you start practicing something right now and you're perseverant and you continue enjoying it, in about 9 weeks, you will have created a habit. Now, some other strategies that have also helped me during a study session are, first of all, have a good starting spot, somewhere where you have good lighting and where you can be comfortable and relaxed. But most importantly, when you don't have any distractions near you. And I know it's hard, especially when you have your phone next to you. But something that I do all the time is setting my phone on airplane mode, because it's not going to be the end of the world if you have to wait, 30 minutes to check your Instagram feed again and maybe text your friends back. They will understand. Then, taking notes during a class, writing keywords down. I'm genuinely really into making my notes colorful, like making the titles of one color, then subtitles of another one, and finally the notes of another color. Maybe adding some images or even some pictures. This doesn't mean you have to be as extra as I am, because you don't have to have a full pencil case full of markers, colors, or pens, because honestly, just 2 or 3 pens and maybe a highlighter helps you get the job done. Then there's summarizing and teaching. Summarizing will help you understand the topic. Read it and then repeat it with your own words. Then there's teaching, because when you teach something, it means that you understand the topic well enough to explain it to somebody else. And this is really common between students. How many times haven't we even experienced ourselves that when the teacher is explaining something, we're really lost? We don't know what's going on. And honestly, we even feel like they're talking to us in another language. But then, when another classmate or even a friend explains to us that same topic, we magically understand it. Finally, use mnemonics like acronyms or word associations. Create a story in your head with the words you were given, or relate the topic you're studying with something particularly in your life. I remember this one time where I had to study for my chemistry midterm, and it was a bunch of theory, a lot of concepts, and different groups of the periodic table. So I created an acronym that said, Camila never loses because she's pretty. By the way, it's me. Hi, I'm Camila. So I showed it to some of my classmates, and they were repeating it right before the exam. I'm pretty sure the teacher did notice it, but she didn't question any of them. She played it cool. She's a great teacher. Now, once you transform something into a habit, it is particularly difficult to break it. According to the National Institute of Health, enjoyable behavior helps your brain to prompt dopamine. Dopamine is the reward that strengthens the habit by creating a craving to do it again. That means that if you make your studying habit something fun for you, you will be ready to take on the world. Something that has really helped me is listening to music, and I totally recommend it. I assure you that you will feel like the main character in a coming-of-age movie while getting all your job done. The important thing here is that you're capable of developing habits that work for you, that will help you improve and grow as a person. And they're also fun. Why not? Make a schedule of your day. Have an agenda where you can write the things you need to get done. Have alarms in your phone that help you as reminders. Because all of this will not only help you to pass a test or get better grades, it will mainly help you with your time management. Time is gold. Time is everything. And once you're able to administrate it, once you have set several time lapses through your day, you can use them for whatever you like, whether it's your family, your schoolwork, your friends, or even yourself. Be perseverant and organized with your goals, and you will be ready to take on the world.